Alrighty, boys, what is up? As you can see, sipping on some, I don't know if you guys can see this, but Waterloo. It's currently 5 p.m., so no Diet Coke, but some 0-calorie seltzer drink, cutting. So I'm just gonna sip on that. I'm at like 1,800 calories right now. At 5 p.m. I'm eating 28 a day, 12,000 steps. But anyways, this is a video of the 5 apps you need for bodybuilding. It's another educational video. I'm going to give you guys some free ball knowledge. If I look to the left, it is because of my second monitor displaying OBS. I have like a whole, it looks like I'm controlling like NASA Space Center. I have Spotify up here. I have Discord, then my Discord, and then I have the presentation with OBS over here. But overall, I'm going to be talking about the 5 apps you need. You guys definitely got to tap into at least the first 2, at least tap into 3 of these apps. I mean, I personally use all of them every single day in and day out. They are so useful. Some of them are very obvious, but some of them are more niche, and I'm going to put you guys on to why I actually enjoy them. But as you can see, I'm an aspiring bodybuilder, and these are the apps that I use to attain this physique. It's only going to get better. We're only ascending because we're cutting, but let's see what apps I use. Number 1, use this every session if you're not tracking your progress, either through a logbook. You can do that, but this is way more convenient. Use a progressive overload tracker. So personally, the one I use is free. It's rep count. You could use Keenan's, which is track.dg. That's also very good. I've heard good things about that. But essentially, what this app is it tracks my progress. I'm allowed to put in custom like lifts. I know in some apps you can't, so that's really unfortunate, but personally I enjoy putting in, like, I don't know, I could put in like the most crazy like title for a lift ever. Like I have like dual cable lateral raises, yellow lateral raise machine at DSI. It's just like a random thing, but only I know it because I'm the one tracking it. It's like you know ball yourself. But anyways, it's crucial for making sure that you're progressing at the fastest way possible, which is something that we want to do. We always want to maximize our efficiency when it comes to progressing in the gym. It also leads to external motivation. What I mean by this is, if you see, you're not going to remember the numbers that you do. For instance, this is a perfect example. I was on winter break, and I do not remember any of the numbers that I hit on winter break when I came back for now spring break at my home gym. It's just a complete mess, but this app saves those routines, saves those workouts, and I'm able to jump right back in like nothing happened and even progress on movements, despite not having neurological adaptations because I've built muscle in that time. But it overall motivates me to hit a certain number. Of course, let it come to you, but still, that motivation is a huge factor in motor unit recruitment, and it ensures standardization. What I mean by this is the machine settings. So as you can see, the side legs, upper back row in the image here, I put C5, pad 8. I know to do that every time. Once I start remembering, I don't put the notes anymore, but yeah, it's huge to standardize machines because one wrong movement could inflict an injury on yourself, and that is nothing that we want. We want to maximize our potential, and maximizing our potential does not involve injuries in the gym. So definitely tap into a progressive overload tracker, especially on the App Store. Rep count is a great one. Not sponsored, by the way. Bro, I actually look like Casper the Ghost. I'm like looking over to my left, and it is so bad. Plus my haircut is chopped. But anyways, next is going to be a calorie tracker. Again, super important. Nutrition is like, if not the most important things for bodybuilding. So if you're not tapped into your nutrition, your diet, especially when cutting, you're not going to be able to see the results that you want. Personally, I use the classic MyFitnessPal. I know there's simple ones like the super stupid simple. I mean, there's other ones like the stupid simple calorie tracker, chronometer. I don't know other ones, but personally I just use MyFitnessPal. It has everything saved. I'm able to use a barcode because I like finessed it like 4 years ago when I first ever downloaded it. I don't know, I have some weird thing that allows me to use the barcode. I know others have to pay for it, but this allows you to hit your micro, macro, and calorie goals daily. So it standardizes the food variable of your bodybuilding journey, if you will. So you're making sure that you're hitting things intact. I mean, obviously all these apps are not like necessary to build a good physique, but they do help, especially if you're a data-driven person like myself, likes the numbers, likes being able to do the same thing repeatedly every day and see the results come from that. Doing that process is just really fulfilling for me. And if you're not like tracking your cals, if you have no idea, like you can't gauge, if you've tracked in the past and now you stopped, makes more sense. But if you never tracked them, you can't really gauge how many grams, how much you should be eating, because you just haven't done it before. You don't have the eye for it. Like now I can kind of guesstimate the amount of grams that I'm eating for certain meals. But anyways, calorie tracking app, super important. Next, we're getting more niche. Weighing yourself like once a week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week is super important for knowing when to adjust your calories. personally, this has been a gauge for a lot of things. If I'm stalling on my weight, I'll either up the calories if I'm trying to go into a little bit of a surplus, or I'll lower the calories if I'm in a deficit, or up the cardio if I'm in a deficit. But it's super important. Happy scale, as you can see, I've been doing this for a long time, far before I started tracking calories. This trend is actually, this like wave thing is actually really important. Apparently I hit around 230 on my peak bulk, and that was in the morning, completely like everything out of my stomach, so that was a pretty high weigh-in. And then at the end of the day, it was like 238, 240 almost, which was crazy. And then the lower weigh-ins, as you can see, we have a graph here describing it. But anyways, before I talk about the graph, I want to talk about the app. It allows you to see your weight trends as shown in the graph, and super beneficial when, again, adjusting your calories, and it keeps you locked in on the cut or bulk. But this graph over here, as you can see, it starts at like 190. That was 2023. Like, I think I was playing soccer at that time in high school. But yeah, it's a continuous upward trend. In total, I've gained 39 pounds of mass since I've started, which is really nice because most of that is probably muscle, like a large majority. No, I'd say half of that, maybe half of that's muscle actually. 3 years, probably half of that, maybe a little bit more is muscle, which is nice. And then some external water weight or fat. Obviously, I'm not as lean as when I was playing soccer, but it's still a good trend that we want to see going up like this. I know you guys can't see my cursor, but as you can see, the trend now is going down because I'm cutting, as opposed to going up if I'm in a surplus. But overall, really good app to making sure that you're hitting your goals every day. Next is Steps app. You guys have to tap into TDEE maxing, which is total daily energy expenditure maxing. Essentially what it is living a more active lifestyle. There's many reasons for this, and one of them I'm not researching, but I'm finding more about now. Government names dropped, by the way, on the right, so that's funny. A lot of my boys' government names are dropped, but it's a cool app because it tracks your steps, ensures that you're hitting your goals. As you see, my streak is, since I downloaded the app, that's my streak, so perfect. We do not miss our days. We're super locked. So what step maxing does, aside from living a healthier lifestyle, is it promotes insulin sensitivity, which is really important because this is from a PubMed, but I've also been looking at it myself. That's the PubMed ID over there, but it increases glucose, the glucose transporter, whatever the name is, GLUT4, which boosts muscle efficiency and aids in reducing fat, and strengthens insulin sensitivity up to 24 to 72 hours. So we want to have higher activity levels for higher insulin sensitivity. It's just overall more of a healthy lifestyle. Again, once you're leaner, you have a higher insulin sensitivity as opposed to if you were completely bulked. And healthier cardiovascular system, your heart rate's not going to be like 300 from just going up a flight of stairs. And then you can compete against your friends. As you can see, a couple of my friends on the right here, I have like 17 friends that have this app. Currently in second on the day. I'm not getting anywhere close to 23,000, but you know, whatever. I hit my goal today. I could just chill after my digestion walks. I do 10 minutes on the treadmill after I eat sometimes, so that gets me to 10K, and then I also do cardio. So perfect right there. Again, standardizing that variable, which is the steps, super important for the cut or bodybuilding and living a healthier lifestyle in general. Next one, this one is, hold on, let me take this one's up there for me because SoundCloud is hands down the best music app. Spotify, Apple Music, you literally can't find good remixes because they're all copyrighted, and it's like literally you'll find a remix on there, but like it's a completely different like artist or singer in the song, and it just pisses me off. So I love doing SoundCloud. I bought the Go version recently because the ads were annoying, but there's extreme bass, extreme volume. There's so many niche things, and if you enjoy your audios and have higher bass or whatever, enjoy them more, it'll make you more motivated to train, which increases motor unit recruitment. Honestly, there you go. Building more muscle, more mechanical tension, more motor unit recruitment. There you go, hand in hand. So tap into SoundCloud. Obviously, this is subjective, not objective, but I feel like I have to put it in because SoundCloud has like literally changed the way I train sometimes because the music is just not hitting. Like when I first started listening to rap, it was just, I don't even know, it was just awful listening to rap in the gym. I just can't do it, but I enjoy listening to like edit audios, as corny as it sounds. It works for me, so I don't really care what anybody has to say or what anybody thinks, but some edits are super fire. They get me fired up. I know a lot of influencers do like SoundCloud, but I actually do have a SoundCloud myself. I have my playlist on there. These songs that are in like the top 6 or whatever are not like recent. They're so old. I haven't updated my playlist, but it's like 400 songs. So the bottom like 100 are the ones I mainly listen to, but here's my playlist over there. LONGOLIFTS or Haddix. I don't know why it's Haddix. That's like my in-game name for like Fortnite. But if I like when I used to play Fortnite a lot, so that's probably why it's that. But overall, SoundCloud is super important for increasing motivation and recruitment. So tap into that. Next, this is an extra. Tap into the Discord. I'm gonna plug mine right now. LONGOLIFTS or Longo's Lair is the Discord, but it's always in my description on either LONGOLIFTS TikTok or LONGOLIFTS like here. You can always find it. SBL.com Discords are huge because they could bounce ideas off of each other. You could talk about your physique. Here is an example of a physique rating. Someone sent their physique and I gave them a full rating along with someone else in the Discord. So it's really important that you can maximize your efficiency and productivity when it comes to training through a Discord like this, and it's completely free. I'm trying to replicate the Train by JP forums. Obviously his are more valuable because it has experienced lifters, but for being free, this is just as good instead of paying $99 for it. But not just as good, but this is getting close. If we get enough members, it's going to be a good community because we'll have people constantly bouncing ideas and honestly reaching their best versions of themselves that way. So I believe the more people, the better. So tap in. But lastly, I'll leave you guys with this. Tap into my bucked up code, which is Longo1, for 20% off on supplements, apparel, whatever on the website. Also tap into LONGOLIFTS on Gympin. Gympins are huge for progressive overload, especially if you max out the stack, so tap into that. And if you get the Amazon one or the TikTok shop one, they'll break. Trust me, if you load more than a plate on there, it's gonna snap, or bend, and then it'll just become unusable because it's like flimsy. So don't do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this educational video. Tap in if you guys have any more, or comment if you guys have any more app recommendations. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.